remaining players now, all hoping to land that £1,000, and the scores look like this. We've got Shane there, who's trailing at the moment on 44 points. We've also got Paul there in second place on 222 there, but he's got just as many questions right as David, who's leading at the moment with 319. That's how it stands for the contestants in the studio. Hope you're enjoying the game at home as well. Now then, what about our audience of defectors? Who's been the best so far at sussing out the best players in order to clock up the most right answers? The lead has changed. It's now Sue Hess, who's 48, a piano teacher. Sue, yes, you. If you're there at the end of the show pressing the right buttons... Oh, you look all excited. You will win £1,000. Good luck to you. Now then, once again, our players make their claim in Trust Me. The third Trust Me subject is newspaper barons. We move to you, Paul, on this. 10 seconds on the clock. Why trust you on newspaper barons?
Trust me, because I'm a current affairs junkie. I read 12 different newspapers a week, and I read a lot about the lives of the newspaper barons, such as Murdoch, Maxwell.
Don't forget he's doing just as well in this game as David is. Shane, why trust you?
Again, as I said before, I used to work for a local newspaper and obviously have to keep the finger on the pulse, read all the papers to find out what I need to put into my paper. I've been there...
Thank you, Shane. David, why trust you?
Trust me. I used to deliver newspapers as a boy, and when I grew up, I used to deliver GCSE media studies, including print journalism.
And sadly, that's all we've got time for there. Defectors, are you wondering whether to switch players on the strength of all that or not? Let's find out. The subject is newspaper barons. Defect now. Let's see what those appeals did for you there. Shane, 18% there. We've got David on 40%. Paul, you're the new favourite now, 42% of the audience backing you for these questions. But you've got to get them right, and here they come. William Randolph Hearst is thought to be the model for the central character in which film? Chimes at Midnight, Citizen Kane, The Third Man, or Man in the Shadow? The all-time classic Citizen Kane was the answer there, and David and Paul got it right. Shane missed out there on 18 points. Here's the next one. William Maxwell Aitken, who acquired major papers, including the Daily Express, was better known by which title? Lord Beaverbrook, Duke of Westminster, Viscount Nuffield, or Viscount Rothermere? Lord Beaverbrook was your answer there, which was A. Only David got it right for another 40 points. Here's the final question. Which founder of Pergamon Press once controlled the Mirror Group newspapers? Kerry Packer, Robert Maxwell, Rupert Murdoch, or Harold S. Harmsworth? B was the correct answer to that. Robert Maxwell, and Paul and Shane were the only ones to get it right this time. David doesn't, and 40% of the audience miss out there on a potential point to your £1,000. Now then, the next subject is vegetables, and the player with the lowest score at the end of this will be deemed surplus to requirements and kicked out the studio, leaving us with just 2 contestants for our final head-to-head. So, these appeals have to be 100% foolproof players. We're starting off now with you, Shane, this time. 10 seconds on the clock. The subject is vegetables. Why trust you?
You can trust me. I've just started a slimming club in my local area. I've actually got a diet that includes eating as much vegetables as I like, and the main one is ratatouille, and I have to tell my...
Shane's miles behind in points from David and Paul, but she's got only a few questions less right than they have. Now then, David, why trust you?
Trust me, because I've been teaching domestic science for 20 years and know all about health, hygiene and nutrition. In fact, you could say I know my onions, and that's your lot.
Terrible pun. David is leading by 93 points at the moment from Paul, but Paul has answered just as many questions correctly still. Paul, why trust you?
Trust me, I know my veg. From the time I lived in Hong Kong, there was lots of exotic veg you can't really get over here. Bok choy, loads of others which I can't even remember the names of now. And so as a result...
So, defectors, forget past performance here. It's how well you think they're going to do on the next topic, which is vegetables. Who will it be this time? On the subject of vegetables, defect now. Just wondering if we're going to see a shift here. Yet we've seen a bit of a shift there. Shane, you've got 29%, but Paul, you've gone down to 4% there. And David, you're the new favourite there with 67%. Not remembering the vegetables probably didn't help your case there. Those figures have once again been locked into the computer, and those now form the points you'll get for every correct answer to these questions. Here they come. Good luck. What name is given to the mass of inedible silky fibres at the centre of a globe artichoke? The globe, the choke, the cone, or the corm? Kind of makes sense, really. It's the choke, B. And Shane was the only one to get it right. 29% of the audience laughing at the moment. OK, here's the next question. To which family of vegetables does Swiss chard belong? Cabbage, onion, beet or squash? C's your answer there, beet, and only Paul got it right for 4 points there, and only 4% of you were there on the money with him as well. 67% of you are getting nowhere with David. Here's the next question. The principal traditional ingredients of succotash are sweet corn, and which of these? Haricot beans, broad beans, lima beans or baluti beans? Please, the answer was C, lima beans, and David on his own again there, 67 points to you. You were the only one to get it right. But, unfortunately, it's time to lose another player. So let's have a look here. We've got David there, 466, well played. Then in second place there, we've got Paul on 310, which means, Shane, yes, I'm afraid to say with 91, you do have the lowest score. The audience have defected against you. It's time to leave. And as Shane comes horribly unstuck, let's see which audience defector is choosing the players who will provide the most right answers. She's in control. It's still Sue Hess, who's 48, our piano teacher. Sue, you're looking good now for £1,000. Hang in there. So, David and Paul, now it's time to go head-to-head. Grand finale, quick effect. We've reset your scores to 0, and your aim now is to amass the biggest score by the time you hear this noise. Quick effect is played on the buzzer, so first one to buzz in with the right answer gets the points, but if you buzz in with the wrong answer, I can offer it over to your opponent. And I do have to take your first answer. Harsh but fair, that's me. Now, in defectors, you'll be given the chance to defect prior to every question, so the player's fate now lies completely in your hands. Right then, I think we're all ready. Quick defect. It's for 1,000 quizzes, so the pressure's on. The first subject, pop festivals. Defect. On the buzzers, here's the question. Which UK city hosted the Love Parade 2001? Yes, Paul?
Leeds.
No, incorrect answer. I can offer it over to you if you want to buzz in a guess. Out. The answer is Newcastle upon Tyne. Let's move on to the next subject, which is slang. Perfect. Question. In Cockney rimming slang, what is made by Paul? Answer for 48. Here comes the next subject. It's Cotty. Question is, what colour was Lady Penelope's Rolls Royce? Yes, David.
Pink.
For 26, you're absolutely right. Here's the next subject, the calendar. Defect. On the calendar, in which year did Her Majesty the Queen celebrate the silver? Yes, Paul.
1977.
Bang on for 29. The next subject is defect. Here's the question. Debbie McGee is the wife of which TV? Yes, David.
Daniel.
Yeah. Here's the next subject. It's animals. Defect. Question is, Hammerhead, nurse, basking. Yes, Paul.
Sharks.
You're absolutely right. For 23, here comes the next subject. Science. Defect. Nice close game, this one. Born in 1900, Charles Richter devised the scale to... Yes, David? Yes, you're right. For 83 points there. Here comes the next one. It's movies. Defect. Here's the question. Which Critters 3 actor went on to star in The Beach? Yes, Paul?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's right, for 67. Here comes the next subject. Proverbs. Defect. Seesawing at the moment. According to Proverb, which animal may look at... Yes, David?
Cat.
Cat is the right answer for 79. Here comes the next subject. Sport. Defect. They've both answered 4 questions each. Ian Barry Pierce plays tennis for which other... Yes, Paul?
France.
France is the right answer. Well put in there, 49 to you. The subject is food. Defect. Question is, bell, chili and jalapeno of... Yes, Paul?
Peppers.
Peppers is the right answer for 34. The next subject is the Emerald Isle. Defect. There's just 22 points in it. In Ireland, those with the gift of the gab are said to have kissed what? Yes, David?
Blarney Stone.
That's the right answer for another 66. Here's the next subject. Literature. Defect. still go either way. Which item was famously carried by both Dickens's Sarah Gamp and by Mary Poppins? Yes, David.
Umbrella.
That's the right answer for 68. That is time out, but it's been a close one. So, for the final time, let's take a look at these scores here. David, going left to right, you've got 362. You both answered exactly the same number of questions correctly. So it comes down to this, Paul. Did you get more support, basically? You need to beat 362 to get £1,000, otherwise tonight, David is the winner. So, higher in 362. Unfortunately, it's 250. David, you are tonight's winner. Well played. You just won £1,000. And who in the audience was the best tactical voter? Who kept backing the right players? Who is tonight's top defector? Got some good news for this lady. She's come from nowhere. It's Elizabeth Smith, a customer care assistant. You've just won £1,000, Elizabeth. Come on down and get your cash. In you come. David, come on in, sir. Great performance. Nice close end game now. Well-deserved £1,000 for commiseration before the ball. In you come. Yes! She's a winner! £30,000. Well done. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining our Defectors. Until next time, goodbye!